Hello, hello. Smars here. Well, I don't know, I'm in a really good mood. A lot of reasons. I'm actually doing this. I'm doing this video basically to. I felt that I needed to explain what was about to happen, because on Wednesday, Munch Chunky returns. Um, and the thing about it is, it's starting with. It's going to return, but it's going to return with issue 7A. And that's weird because 7A technically already came out and 7B, but um I feel bad because I recorded a podcast and I didn't upload it because I couldn't find a place that I wanted to upload it to, and I felt I should upload it to. Maybe I'll upload it and then I'll I don't know. I don't know. Anyways, so the deal is I'm hitting that big red button and sort of doing a not really a reboot, but I'm going back and making some changes because a few issues back I had a choice of two paths that I was supposed to take, or I could take. One path was for the story to take place in a sort of tournament series, like sort of a Pokemon-esque type game, where it's rounds, one team versus one team, they square off, and the winner advances. That kind of thing, It's supposed to be like that. And then the other choice was this sort of uh, multiple teams playing this game at one time, scavenger hunt type scenario, where they're going across all the different regions, finding clues, eliminating, the competition. There's only so many clues and hints, and then the actual pieces that they're supposed to be finding to advance to the next region or the next part of the map and stuff like that. And they were supposed to be doing that, you know. That was the other path that I could have taken, and I chose poorly because I chose the Pokemon-esque type path, which is better suited for animation. And Munch Chunky was supposed to be animated originally, and so I chose that path because I had done all this preliminary work for that particular path, but it was all based on when I was going to animate the series. And it just really breaks down. It's taking forever. It's taken forever just to do one one match between Team Munch Chunky and the Tuscaderos, Rory's team. And it's taking forever, and I don't like the way it's playing out. There's not enough time to really, show a lot of different powers and abilities, and to show, the terrain and how interesting the world around them is, and so that's what the scavenger hunt aspect was supposed to be. It was supposed to allow that, and that was more so built for the comic book version, but that was also the original concept of Munch Chunky before I started thinking, oh, I'm going to animate it, because originally it was a comic book. Then when I got fairly good at animating halfway through school, and then I decided, oh no, I should animate this. And then I decided after I graduated to animate it. And then I realized, the story with that, but having come back to doing the comic, I kept the animated idea, and it's just, I don't know, it just does not work. The pacing is completely different in a comic book than it is in animation. So you can have, like several rounds happen in a television show, in a cartoon, but a single match is just taking forever. And so I went back and I decided that I'm going to start back at issue 7. And the reason why I'm starting back at issue 7 is because that's where, stuff definitively, where the paths forked off into two different directions. So I'm going back and I'm going to take the other path. So it'll be a little bit more fun for me and for everyone else, I think. And it's going to introduce a lot of characters. And I started posting some of them on DeviantArt. You see some of the other team players, some from a lot of the other teams. And actually, I started, in my I have a Picasa web album, the stuff for the website and everything. But and I got a couple of the teams, the Citron Cyclones and the Chip Zippers and the the Jelly Juggernauts and the Macaroonatics, the Moose Crew, and the Razzleberry Raiders. Razzleberry Raiders. I don't know. Alliteration. But yeah, you get a lot of these teams. There are a couple that are missing. Obviously Team Munch Chunky and the Tuscaderos are missing. I think there's one more that's missing. I think I had to go and do something to the logo. Anyways, but so that's what there's going to be. There wasn't enough time in the old format to get to all those teams and play through all those different matches. I mean, at that rate, it would have taken. I don't even know how long it would have taken, and I just didn't want to bore you, and I didn't want to bore me, so I changed it. A couple of other things are changing though with that particular change. I did go back and I changed a few of the issues. There are some dialogue changes. I went back so that everything makes more sense leading up to issue 7. It's nothing drastic, but if you go through and you read through a few of the issues, like I think like from issue 4 on, you might find a couple of changes here and there that are interesting, but nothing serious, nothing super duper serious, just stuff to make it make sense. The other thing is though, I did make a decision not to post the entire, like not to post Munch Chunky on DeviantArt. And I know that's really weird because obviously I'm uploading this video to DeviantArt for people to see, but that's because my reason being is I wanted to bring traffic to the actual Munch Chunky site. It doesn't get the Goblin site gets a pretty decent amount of traffic, and I'm assuming that's from outside sources. I assume that most of the people that read Goblin on DeviantArt aren't actually coming over to the website and reading it as well. Maybe they're coming and looking at the data book. Maybe, I don't know. I just thought about that. But the Munch Chunky site barely gets any traffic, and it kind of sucks because I would like it to get more traffic. And the reason being why I like the traffic coming to the sites is it's one of the ways that I make just a little bit of money is ads. Obviously there are ads running on the sites. Usually there are Project Wonderful ads, where other artists, advertise their comics or their video games or whatever also on the site and everything. But I lost all my Project Wonderful ad places for Munch Chunky because there wasn't enough traffic, so no one was bidding on the space, so it got dropped. So I kind of have to start from scratch, and I'm running other ads. So if you have an ad blocker, when you come to the Goblin site or the Munch Chunky site, turn it off. Help me out. But so there is that. I'm gonna post previews on DeviantArt, and it'll have a link to the website, and it's just a way to generate not just more traffic, but to also generate interest from outside sources. Because the more traffic that comes to the site, the more advertisers are willing to advertise on the site, which means I can live another day. I can eat, I can buy supplies. Maybe it'll get to a point where I can clothe and house myself. Who knows? Let's see. But yes, I'm gonna post like the preview on DeviantArt, and then the link will go to the website. And I don't know. It'll be good. It'll be cool. It's just that I'm never gonna remove like Goblin will always stay on DeviantArt. That's its home. But I don't want every single comic that I create to live exclusively on DeviantArt, because nothing comes of me putting my stuff exclusively on DeviantArt. It's just DeviantArt gets all of that traffic. DeviantArt gets all that advertising, and DeviantArt gets all the money from those advertisings. You see how that works? It's really weird, but I mean, it's not weird. It's it's smart, but it doesn't help me, and this is what I want to do to support myself. So I have to find ways to do that, and this is one of the ways, is by bringing the traffic back out of DeviantArt and back to the website. So, anyways, I guess I should get to the last thing about the site, the Munch Chunky site, is I found a way to actually put the Swift files onto the site. Like, that was the problem that I had, before with all these sites, is I had no way to embed the Swift files into the actual site, but now I do. So now you get the super crisp and clear, pretty decent sized Swift file on here, and you can click on the edges just like you would on DeviantArt, but it's all here in one place on the Munch Chunky website. And I actually did the same thing with Goblin. I went and I retrofitted Goblin, I guess you could say, and made it so that it all the stuff that shows up on DeviantArt also shows up on the website. So it's kind of like DeviantArt is a portal for Goblin, at least, over to the Goblin website. But on the Munch Chunky site, all that stuff is actually being housed. It's in-house. I found a way and some embed code to actually get the Munch Chunky comic here on the site. So that's about it. I'm still going to post characters and other elements, other things relating to the comic and stuff on DeviantArt, in my gallery, and I don't know, and updates, I suppose, all sorts of little weird updates. Like when I update the data book, I've actually been working in the data book a little and doing some stuff in here and playing around. And when I update more stuff there, then I'll update DeviantArt and let everybody know that there's new stuff going on there. But I just wanted to sort of put that out there, sort of clarify what's going on, with this shift, because I went on a hiatus, and the hiatus was because I realized that I went in the wrong direction, and the story just was not going to work going down that path. The Pokemon, I hit the microphone, the Pokemon-esque type, that type path, it just wasn't going to work that way. So I love scavenger hunts, and I'm gonna do that. It's gonna be. I'll explain more as the series goes on. It's actually gonna happen in issue 8 is when it starts. So everything will be explained by that point. But 7A and 7B are really going to be the sort of transition, the good transition, and we're going to wrap up the whole storyline in Peach Pit Town, and then move on into the rest of the story, and get to actually playing some Trungle Ball all over the world. So, anyways, if you have any questions, feel free to post comments. I'm sure there will probably be some questions, some concerns, maybe. I don't know. But yeah, hopefully you'll like the direction that it's going in. I've been enjoying it. I actually have a buffer now. I'm almost 2 issues ahead. So yay! Anyways, thanks for watching. Bye.